Hey, yo, what's up, DYM? What's up, YouTube? It's the one and only Don Dada, you know the murder. The Don Dada, back in the building. Back. You know I got that swag. Okay. Yeah. I thought I was swag surfing. I'm swagging, I'm surfing. I'm okay. But today we're gonna be reacting to Madden NFL 20 Retro Perspective. Man, I loved Madden 20. I can't lie, y'all. I love that. I wanna be on the time when it's it's my time. Hey! Bro, I used to be on that game every game mode I played. I ain't gonna hold you. I was on everything on that game. That game was amazing. I don't know if it was hit with just nostalgia and boredom. I don't know. But hey, that game was fire. I remember that. I used to be I used to be the elite. Hey, none of y'all can beat me. But anyways, we gonna see what they gotta say in this video.
Can you believe that in a few months, Madden NFL 20 will turn 4 years old? It's a bit nostalgic for me, considering this was the first
I think this
Madden
video
I
is a year
reviewed
ago
on my channel at launch. But I've actually seen some horrible takes recently, referring to Madden 20 as the last good Madden. No, just no. I haven't touched this game in years, so I figured I'd re-download it and give it a try.
I ain't gonna lie, that game is bull.
And see if it was actually as bad as I remember. For context, this game released right when the general public started turning on Madden. Madden 19 was almost universally hated, so this was EA's chance to fix things. Madden 19 was lacking in the features and depth department, and gameplay was super slow, unrealistic, too animation-based.
I never played Madden 19, I ain't gonna hold. This was the first Madden I really started playing.
So Madden 20 needed to be a big step up to get people on board again. Instead, this game was yet another buggy, unpolished, shallow disappointment for the exclusive game of the National Football League. Madden 21 was basically the same game on PS4 and Xbox One with some small tweaks, and next-gen Madden 21 was not very different itself, also getting crashed online
I
by
didn't
most
even know
players.
that!
Madden 22 and 23 were similar.
These scores are terrible!
Really bad for a long time, and has arguably been declining since EA and the NFL killed off all competition in 2005. But Madden 20 was the game that really solidified Madden's place as the worst major sports game. Let's play Madden 20 again, and let's take a look at everything this game had to offer.
But the animations was dog. I will say that the animations were dog.
Let's start by jumping right into an exhibition game. I need to refresh my memory a bit. Alright, a highly compressed video is playing. Am I supposed to feel impressed by these awkward animations? What is this telling me? Let's just pick two random teams and jump in. As you can see on this loading screen, X Factors were the big new feature for Madden 20.
Oh yeah!
At launch, I actually kind of liked them, because they essentially made superstar players actually play better than a replacement level player. But as time went on, my opinion soured. First, by adding these abilities to superstar players, regular players were nerfed in an unrealistic way. For example, a non-superstar quarterback like Tyrod Taylor, known for his dual threat abilities, was super slow behind the line of scrimmage.
Tyrod Taylor is trash. I'm sorry, but Tyrod Taylor is trash. Why are we talking about Tyrod Taylor?
Because he wasn't a high enough overall to get the superstar ability called Escape Artist.
Oh yeah.
Mode, you draft a rookie prospect who is an inaccurate passer, but super fast. Maybe even he has 95 speed. You couldn't even play to his strengths because his overall wasn't high enough to be able to move as fast as his attributes would suggest without that ability. All X Factors proved was that EA had no idea what they were doing. And in an attempt to make the only simulation NFL game more realistic, they ironically turned it into an arcade-style mess. Patrick Mahomes would randomly be able to throw the football farther than ever before after hitting a couple completions in a row.
Yeah!
It just made no logical sense, and was a poor approach to making stars play like stars. Anything but actually improving the core gameplay, right?
I mean...
Jonathan Coachman. He did the pregame intros and the halftime show. Compared to ESPN NFL 2K5, a game from 2004, this game's presentation feels like a generic mobile game. And then there's Brendan Gaudin and Charles Davis, who are still the only commentators in the most recent Madden. They called the Chargers the hometown team just now. They couldn't even say the team's name. probably because the game's code is copied and pasted from before the Chargers moved to LA. Ah yes, the scoreboard. Madden 17 through 19 had the exact same scoreboard, to the point where many players started complaining. EA changed it a bit for Madden 20, and I bet you the Madden team congratulated each other on this, expecting fans to shower them with praise
it was
for such a
fire!
revolutionary change. This is something I've noticed over the years from EA. They change or bring back a requested feature, but only one or two of the least important ones, completely ignoring the major changes we've all been asking for too, and then they expect praise for it. If the community still criticizes the game,
dang, I didn't know this game was this bad.
I mean, we will never be satisfied, so there's no reason to take our criticism seriously. That's one reason why these games never seem to improve. Tackle animations were so repetitive in this game, they were jumbly, and they just didn't look right. This was the Madden where you got sucked into tackle animations for just running near a defender. Sometimes, you'll get sucked into a tackle animation when no one is even there. You couldn't throw out of a sack in this game. You couldn't move behind the line of scrimmage unless you're one of a few superstar quarterbacks with escape artists.
If you get sacked,
and the way everything plays just looks stiff and ugly. Low-speed players don't even run at a lower speed. They just can't trigger the full run animation, so they just slowly jog like they aren't even trying. The gameplay and presentation was so lifeless and uninspired. This is the perfect example of a terrible Madden game. The touchdown dances make me want to die. This game is modern Madden in the worst possible way. Did I mention how your AI linemen don't know how to block, no matter how high...
The linemen? Oh my gosh, bro, it's so many times in franchise mode, the linemen just be acting so stupid. And look, just like how he said, it don't matter what overall you are, bro. They were so trash, and they were always getting flags for holding. This game had the most holding calls I ever had, bro. It used to blow in my mind. It used to be clutch plays, and it would be like, holding, offense, number 79. I crashed out on this game so many times.
Madden 19 had really slow gameplay, so Madden 20 sped it up. Now you could cut on a dime, rather than having your momentum slow you down. You may prefer one way or the other, but at the end of the day, neither are truly that different, because both games have the same brain-dead AI and the same over-reliance on the same animations. This is also the Madden where QBs fumble every time they get touched.
Oh my gosh, bro.
But most
don't even talk about that.
Every time they get tackled past the line of scrimmage. That's a poor way to try and balance your game.
QBs fumble every time.
Also the Madden where linebackers could jump and catch everything. Throws had no trajectory, and dropping a pass in a bucket was impossible. However, older games like ESPN NFL 2K5 didn't have this issue. I need a break.
This gameplay is crazy.
I can't do it. I'll finish this video tomorrow. I'm gonna go do literally anything else. You know what? Let's boot up Madden 23, because honestly, Madden 20 is so bad, I think 23 might feel decent in comparison. I hate Ultimate Team with a passion, but a fun mode from it has always been MUT Draft, where you draft a team and play your friends or people online, completely skipping the pay-to-win aspects of the mode. But for some reason here in Madden 23, that mode, even just to play a friend, is locked away until you reach level 4 on the season pass, and reaching level 4 actually takes a long time. I will do a quick lane challenge to try and get to that level just so I can play a friend in MUT Draft. And what? Okay, I guess this is happening now.
What game is this?
EA said Madden 23 was going to be the most polished Madden in a long time. Honestly, I'm going back to Madden 20. For Madden
please.
It doesn't matter which game you think is the worst, depending on the day. Literally any of these recent Madden games could be considered the worst. Franchise mode in Madden 20 was horrible. It's just so bad. After headlines suggested EA was focusing more on the mode that year, almost nothing changed from Madden 19. The only real change was the situation engine, which would give weekly goals occasionally that would make one of your players get a dev trait increase. The menu design was more colorful, I guess. That's basically it. You play games, sign players, scout rookies, and then re-sign free agents, draft, and start over.
I mean, what do you want?
Nothing else to it. This would have been fine 20 years ago, but even 20 years ago, most NFL video games had more to do. That's because there were multiple NFL games back then fighting for your purchase. Now there is one NFL game that doesn't care because you're going to buy it anyways.
Yeah, that's how it is now.
The
The same thing with 2K,
Madden
bro.
25 and up here.
Why
Madden
try?
23 still has the same ones. Create a team, create a fan, create a play, all gone. Training camp drills, gone. Signing the coaching staff, gone. Scouting in this game was really bad, but honestly, I prefer
I know you
it to
could create a
Madden 23.
fan. That's hard.
In Madden 23, you have this weird process of hiring scouts and letting them do the work for you, meaning you can't really scout specific players yourself. While the method in Madden 20 was bare bones and basic, you simply just pushed a button, it at least worked and made sense. In older Maddens, you'd get much more in-depth reports and even get to perform workouts with the rookies.
What?
Show how far
That's
this
hella
franchise
cool.
has fallen.
You can't do that
You
now.
couldn't even
the new
sign
Maddens.
players mid-season from the free agent pool to a custom contract. It's a set one-year deal. There's just no depth here. There's no depth anywhere. It's the most generic franchise mode ever. And Madden 23's is strikingly similar, although it has a bit more fluff to make you think it's different. With how unplayable this game's gameplay is, you would hope for a solid franchise mode for simulating games at least, but no. You're stuck with a mode as deep as the one from ESPN NFL Primetime 2002, and less deep than Madden 2004, a game 16 years older than Madden 20. The major new addition for this mode was the Pro Bowl, something that was in every Madden from Madden 12 and below. Not exactly a new feature, but EA marketed it like it was.
I ain't gonna lie, the Pro Bowl was hella
At least an old
cool.
mode
You
was
can't play it now.
Madden 19's closest thing to a career mode was Long Shot Part 2, which was horrible and lacked pretty much any real interaction. Surely the return of Superstar Mode would be an improvement over the old Superstar modes from the PlayStation 2 era, considering it's basically the only thing new about this game. Now think of the worst, cheesiest My Career storyline in 2K. In Madden's career mode is even worse. Generic coach giving a generic speech. Create your player with a character designing tool the devs couldn't even port to other game modes within the same game, followed by more cringy cutscenes in the easiest, rookie-level difficulty college game that has no impact on your career, regardless of how good or bad you play. The entire experience feels meaningless.
I
because
played
it
this.
is.
See, I
It was
played
EA's
this too, and
excuse
this
for
joke
why
was
Madden,
trash.
the football game, runs in the Frostbite.
He was nice though.
engine,
That
first-person
receiver was
shooter
nice.
engine. Obviously,
game mode was
that's
trash.
because they want to save as much money as possible. Look at these pretty visuals, guys, that are actually pretty ugly. What a great justification. Roger Goodell saw this mode and clapped. This mode is simply EA trying to make as much of a profit as possible by reusing Frostbite assets to bring a new game mode to the game.
EA, this is
that is
ridiculous.
actually
This
an
is
old game
terrible.
mode that actually has nothing new.
I ain't gonna lie, this is actually bad.
Meanwhile, Madden's old Superstar mode for the PS2 was more meaningful, allowed you to play any position, not just a QB, and it didn't need the unskippable, horrible cutscenes that don't change and have no effect on your career. If you've ever played a well-received, non-sports video game, it's blatantly obvious how bad Madden 20 and up was. I believe those who enjoyed, defended, and praised this game never touch real video games. That seems unrealistic.
What
but
you
I
trying to say?
have no other theory
I have.
how anyone could enjoy this. Maybe people just trick themselves into liking it because it's their only option.
It was
And they get
our
to
only
play with their
option.
favorite
We
team
couldn't
a
do
month before the
anything,
NFL
bro.
season starts. I don't really get it.
It's one of them games
There
you
is
gotta
at
play with
least
friends.
one addition to Madden 20 that was genuinely new. Superstar KO.
That was
And I
fire.
actually kind of liked this mode for playing with friends. It's
That
an arcade-style
that
map
joke
where
was
you pick a
fire.
team,
That
draft a
mode was
few
fun
players,
when
and
it first
play
came
online.
out.
The issue is there's no point to the mode. There's
Yeah.
no ranking system or rewards. It's just for fun, I guess. After a few wins, it ends. Then you can start over, I guess.
Yeah, it was no rewarding to it. That's
I'm not
why.
going to play all.
That's literally why I stopped playing that, because it was no rewarding to it. Because sometimes we'll just go on a winning streak and then it's like, it's starting to get boring on some GTA junk. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've done everything. What's next? No reward. It's just me sitting there like this.
Ultimate Team. Not only is it a
We
complete
want to
waste
just
of
sit there
time,
smiling
as
on it.
everything you do in this mode doesn't carry over to the next Madden, but it's pay to win with horrible matchmaking. You can call me a crybaby or that I'm just bad at the game, but at the end of the day, you're either giving EA hundreds of dollars for packs, or you are endlessly grinding on a pay-to-win game mode on a really bad video game, so the joke is really on you. All that money or effort for what? To win an online match in a poorly made video game that's more about random animations than user skill? Nice. A few small things I've forgotten to mention. Players just don't look right here. They still don't look right in Madden 23, but they are at least a bit more realistic looking. In Madden 20, everyone has extremely wide shoulder pads, and slimmer players like Lamar Jackson just look goofy.
Yeah.
This game didn't have mouth guards. Referees were taken off the field in this game because the PS4 and Xbox One couldn't handle them. Apparently,
What?
the PS5 can't either. And the soundtrack might be the worst I ever heard. Most
The soundtrack was fire. No! He's tripping. The soundtrack was fire. The sound. I wanna be underground when it's time for looking at it. Wonder if it's my time. That jump was hard,
the
bro.
songs are Madden 20 themed, and there are so few songs you hear each one over and over while going through the slow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's one
Did I
thing.
mention
The
that
songs
every
keep
loading
playing.
screen is an ad for Madden Ultimate Team? Madden NFL 20 might just be the worst Madden game of all time. Like most Madden titles, it seems like a fine, generic, but fine game in the first 15 minutes or so, but after playing any longer than that, the flaws become impossible to ignore. Nothing within gameplay makes sense or feels satisfying. You feel a lack of control. You feel like you're watching a poorly animated NFL movie. This
Well,
was
now
Madden
looking at
its
it
absolute
now,
worst.
you know,
A
it's
shallow,
different.
terrible franchise mode.
It's different
a
now.
sad excuse for a career mode. Ugly graphics and robotic, repetitive animations. A hyper focus on pushing players towards the overly monetized Ultimate Team, and some tiny, meaningless new additions, like the return of the Pro Bowl and Superstar KO, to convince those out of the loop that things have changed from the previous title. EA removes features over the years, brings a few of them back years later, and acts like they made a good game. Madden 19's gameplay
Hey,
was
2K be
slow
doing that
and
too,
sluggish
bro.
and dominated
Ronnie.
by uncontrollable animations, so Madden 20 speeds up the gameplay, while it stays dominated by uncontrollable animations. It's different for the sake of being different, and it wasn't actually heading in any specific direction. It was just changing the online meta ever so slightly so that the whales, the chronically online MUT players who make EA the most money, wouldn't realize they are essentially playing the exact same game. Nothing about Madden 19, 20, 21, 22, or 23 is different enough that a simple patch to Madden 18 wouldn't have sufficed instead. Yet these yearly releases, or should I say small updates, cost $60, actually now $70 every year. If you're still buying Madden, you're giving money to a company that doesn't care about you or putting out a good product. They only care about making.
I don't buy Madden. I just take it
by milking an exclusive license.
I take it from somebody
and putting
account.
almost no
Heck
resources
I'm
back
not
into
buying
their
Madden.
game.
I know Madden is
It's
garbage.
like the EA executives have a challenge. How little can they improve the game? How much worse can they make it while still bringing in record profits? And they are laughing at you every single year if you're still buying it. Madden 20 is a great example of a shitty video game, carried in sales off of name alone. This franchise exemplifies everything wrong with the video game industry and everything wrong with the NFL, a league built on competition.
Yeah, they do got the same.
In 2005,
this is funny.
the NFL signed that horrible exclusive deal with EA because they were unhappy with 2K releasing ESPN NFL 2K5 for only $20. That made their brand look bad from their perspective. My question is, how does a game like Madden
Look how bad this
not
game is!
look even worse? Thanks for watching.
That was terrible. That was terrible. All jokes aside, man, I had a blast playing that game. But I knew that game was trash. Everybody knew that game was really trash. Let's be honest. The game was trash. I raged so much on that game because it was so trash. But I'm gonna wrap this up, man. Want y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. I love y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. It's your boy Don Dada. We out. Ouch. Peace.